Alright, let's talk about diamonds. Most people see them as a little sparkle on a ring or a fancy necklace, a symbol of love or wealth. But before a diamond ever gets to a velvet-lined box, it starts its life as a rough, unassuming chunk of carbon, buried deep within the earth. It's a journey that's anything but glamorous. It's dirty, it's difficult, and it involves a whole lot of heavy machinery and hard work. People have been fascinated for centuries because they are incredibly rare and ridiculously tough. They're the hardest natural substance on the planet, formed under immense pressure and heat billions of years ago. The value we place on these stones isn't just about their looks. It's about the sheer effort it takes to get one from miles underground to a jewelry store display. Think about it. For every million parts of rock pulled from the earth, you might only find 1 part diamond. This isn't like picking apples from a tree. It's a global operation involving geologists, engineers, miners, artisans. The journey of a diamond starts deep in the Earth's mantle, but our part of the story begins at the mine. There are a couple of major ways we pull these things from the ground. The first, and most visually impressive, is open-pit mining. Imagine a giant man-made crater spiraling down into the earth like a massive screw. Massive haul trucks the size of houses crawl up spiraling roads, hauling out tons of rock every day. Then there's underground mining, for kimberlite pipes too deep for an open pit. Miners descend into tunnels, sometimes miles below ground, dark, cramped, surrounded by immense rock. Powerful machinery drills and blasts ore, which is then transported to the surface. Not all diamonds come from pipes. Wind and water erode pipes over millions of years, washing diamonds away. That creates alluvial deposits. Diamonds travel down rivers, settle in riverbeds, coastlines, or on the ocean floor. Mining these is different. Build massive dikes or use specialized dredging ships like panning for gold, but on an industrial scale. Once the ore is ripped from the earth, its journey is far from over. It gets loaded onto those massive haul trucks and taken to a nearby processing plant. The first order of business is to make big rocks into little rocks. Huge machines with giant steel jaws chew up the rock with relentless force. After the first round of crushing, the smaller rocks are moved along a series of conveyor belts to secondary and tertiary crushers. Each stage breaks the rock down into even smaller, more manageable pieces. The goal is to liberate the diamonds from the host rock without actually damaging the diamonds themselves. Diamonds are incredibly hard, but they can still be fractured if hit just right. With the rock crushed down to a more uniform size, the next step is to give it a good wash. The crushed ore is mixed with water to create a slurry, which is fed into giant rotating scrubbers, industrial-strength washing machines for rocks. After scrubbing, the slurry is passed over a series of screens that sort material by size. What you're left with is a concentrated mix of gravel-sized material that has the highest probability of containing diamonds, all ready for the next, more technical stage of the hunt. Now we have a clean, sorted pile of gravel. The diamonds are in there somewhere, mixed in with millions of other worthless stones. You can't have people picking them out one by one with tweezers. You need technology. Density is the first big trick. Diamonds are a lot denser than most minerals in kimberlite. The concentrate is fed into dense medium separation. Gravel is mixed into a slurry of ferrosilicon and water, calibrated to be denser than waste rock but less dense than diamonds. Agitate the mix, and the heavier diamonds sink. The floating waste is scraped off and discarded. The sink material, the diamond-rich concentrate, is collected. This removes up to 99% of the waste. Next, grease. Diamonds avoid water and love grease, hydrophobic and oleophilic. Concentrate is fed onto a grease table. Diamonds stick to the grease like glue while wet waste slides off. Final step, X-rays. Diamonds fluoresce under X-rays. They glow. Remaining concentrate is fed on a high-speed conveyor. Sensors watch for that glow and a compressed air jet fires the moment a diamond flashes. Technology picks out individual diamonds at lightning speed in a fraction of a second. After all that crushing and washing, we finally have them. A collection of rough, uncut diamonds, taken to a highly secure sorting facility where the human element really comes into play. Sorters with years of training examine every stone and sort into thousands of categories. First sort, size, measured in carats. Stones pass through sieves with precise holes. Then shape, octahedrons, flats, irregulars, and clarity. Look for inclusions under magnification. Color is assessed, from colorless to yellow or brown. A slight change can mean thousands of dollars. Sorters visualize the best possible polished gem and split stones into 2 groups, gem quality or industrial. Industrial-grade diamonds go into tools, drill bits, grinding wheels, cutting blades. This initial assessment is one of the most critical steps. It decides each diamond's destiny. Shape, clarity, color, and size. Each factor affects price dramatically. Finally, gem-quality stones are packaged and sold to manufacturers and designers around the world. Designers select specific diamonds to fit their artistic vision, solitaire or pave or custom settings. A skilled jeweler sets them into gold or platinum, creating the final piece, united with its ultimate purpose, to be worn and admired. Once a gem-quality rough diamond has been sorted and sold, it moves on to the cutting workshop. This is where science meets art. The first person to handle the stone is the planner. They analyze the rough from every angle, often using sophisticated 3D scanning technology to map inclusions and fissures. The planner's goal is to decide the final shape: round brilliant, princess, emerald, and more. This planning can take days. One wrong decision can cost a fortune. With a plan in place, the first physical step was traditionally cleaving, scoring a groove and a sharp tap to split the stone. Today it's more commonly sawn with high-powered lasers that can follow complex paths. Next is bruting, shaping the stone into a basic outline, traditionally by rubbing two diamonds together, now on a lathe. That grinds the stone, creating the girdle and establishing symmetry. Cutters remove parts of the original stone to reveal the gem. Cut too little and flaws remain, cut too much and carat weight is lost. Every step, from plan to shaping, is done with extreme care. Tiny movements with huge consequences, turning a lumpy rock into a future jewel. The diamond now has its basic shape, but it's still dull and opaque. It has no fire, no sparkle yet. That all comes from faceting and polishing, done by a highly skilled polisher. The diamond is held in a tang and pressed against a spinning lap coated with fine diamond dust and oil. The only thing that can cut a diamond is another diamond. The polisher grinds a series of tiny, precise facets onto the surface. For a standard round brilliant, there are 57 or 58 facets, each placed at exact angles and proportions. Those angles control the way light travels through the stone, capturing light on the crown and bouncing it up from the pavilion. This process is done in 2 steps. Blocking establishes the main facets and symmetry. Then a brillantier adds the rest of the facets, working facet by facet with microscopic checks. This precise geometry produces brilliance, fire, and scintillation, the attributes that make diamonds dazzle. When all facets are ground, the final polish uses ultra-fine diamond powder to create mirror-like surfaces. The result? A radiant gem ready to catch every glimmer of light, and ready to be admired. After polishing, the diamond undergoes a final, rigorous inspection and grading. It's cleaned, handed to gemologists, and graded on the 4 C's: carat, cut, clarity, and color. Carat is a simple mass measurement. Cut refers to proportions and polish, the most important C for brilliance. Clarity is based on inclusions seen under 10x magnification. Color is graded from D to Z, colorless to light yellow or brown. The grade is documented in a certificate from a reputable lab, then stones are sold to designers worldwide. Designers select stones to match sketches, bench jewelers set and polish the final piece. From a deep dark mine to a high-tech processing plant, from a dusty sorting house to a precision cutting workshop, the stone is transformed. A dull pebble becomes a dazzling gem under the hands of planners, cutters, and polishers. It ends up under bright store lights waiting for someone to choose it. Remember the hard, gritty work of miners, the engineers, and the artists who shape it. A long, complicated, often dirty road from mine to masterpiece. Next time you see a diamond sparkle, remember the journey from dirt to dazzle.